This weekend I watched The Runaway Bus, a 1954 comedy thriller starring Frankie Howerd in his first screen role. Written and directed by Val Guest, who become a huge name in British film. It's the story of London Airport completely enshrouded in fog, affecting the whole of the south of England, with planes having to be diverted all over the place. One relief bus driver is enlisted to take a group of passengers to Blackbush Airport in Surrey, where they'll be able to meet a plane coming in from Dublin. But along the way, they are not only trapped by the impending fog that leads them to only go a few miles per hour, but also by the news that there's been a bullion robbery at London Airport, and the perpetrator is in fact hidden on the bus itself, along with the loot hidden in the boot of the vehicle. So it evolves into a comedy thriller of the group trapped in a remote village, coming under fire from persons unknown, and trying to work out who's the villain behind the whole affair. It works well in the early scenes of the fog-bound airport and the fog-bound bus, where there is an air of mystery and an air of suspense. But too quickly it becomes padded and stretched and taking too long, and it feels like the thriller element is being forgotten. It is nevertheless a very short film. It runs an hour and 15 minutes and was in fact padded out specifically so that it would reach that minimum feature-length running time. The project's origin was in being a showcase for Frankie Howerd, who'd already been a hit on radio, and with the film debut of Norman Wisdom having been such a success, producers were looking for other comedy talent to give a movie showcase to. Howerd did not take off as a big movie star, and would go through a string of comebacks in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Nevertheless, ending his career in the early 90s as a fairly successful, never still, and popular comedian, his last screen role being a primetime revival of his early 70s sitcom Up Pompeii. But this, even though we have the presence of some really good supporting cast like Petula Clark, Margaret Rutherford as the Karen from whom all other Karens have sprung, Terence Alexander, better recognised from his later role in Bergerac, it just feels like it's taking too long. It feels a lot longer than an hour and a quarter because there isn't enough story and there isn't enough comedy material to fill it out for the whole running time. Bits of it are good, bits of it work well, but ultimately it's just not enough